Hello, this is Ramona from the Medically. We provide medical SEO services for our clients, but we've also touched other industries such as travel, home remodeling, dating, e-commerce, real estate, or even car selling. This SEO audit that I will show you as an example is for a healthcare related company. Of course, the name and the URL are obfuscated. We don't want you to know them. It's irrelevant. Right now I'll just show you how we perform our SEO audits, and then you'll see if we are a good fit to help your company rank better on Google. So this is the main page. This is where I will write everything that I can about the website and write my main notes and my main advice, and then I will show you different style sheets where I cover all kinds of essential ideas and all kinds of exported data that I get from my tools. So first of all, we look at the domain history and ratings. I look at domain authority. I look at the domain history. Was this domain a spam domain? Was it hit by a penalty or not? It's really important. So this is what we cover first. Then I will actually do the proper SEO audit on all kinds of pages, and I'll look at everything from redirects, from the existence of a sitemap, how is the about page worded, does it have enough content, how is the contact page written, does it have a map, does it have a proper contact form or data. Everything is very important in the eyes of Google, so we have to be careful. I look if the website still shows unsecured content such as HTTP pages, and if it doesn't show them, are they properly redirected to the proper ones. I look at the traffic, at the non-found pages, all kinds of redirects. The keywords, the main keywords, and one of the main rules in SEO is that each page should have its own keyword. So we'll have to see for each of the page in that website, does it have a main keyword? Does that keyword make sense? Does it have enough search volumes or search intent? And then I'll show my client exactly which pages need to be improved and which are okay and they can still use them as they are. Everything appears here. As you can see, I've already made some notes and I gave some advice. The content in the past 2 years, Google has been really tough on websites with low content, low quality or low count. If your pages have below 500 words, start writing more content. I always tell my clients that they should aim for at least 1,000 words for all the main pages. Of course, original content, do not copy, do not steal, because otherwise you'll be hit by a penalty. Most companies are hitting YouTube channels just like we do. Video is really big these days, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. You can rank nicely for your main keywords. It's important to have proper grammar and spelling, of course. Use categories and tags. If you don't use them, then redirect everything that needs to be redirected. In this case, my client didn't use thank you pages or all kinds of other supporting documents. If they use this, everything should be properly either indexed or de-indexed, followed or no followed, depending on what the client needs. I always ask for complete access to Google Search Console, to the Google Analytics, and of course to the main website, because I will look into WordPress, I will look how it's set up, if there are any errors there. I will look into Google Search Console and export all my needed data, and of course I will look into Google Analytics. This case, my client fared pretty well in all this. We had one issue. They didn't set up goals. You will actually be able to see it in the structure where I show you exactly each of the page and all the markers that are set to red or yellow. It's very easy. The stuff that's on red, it's really important, and of course it's not done properly. What shows in yellow could be improved. It's still an issue, but they've done some work, and of course what's green, it's A+. I'll look at everything that you see here. Most of my clients are using email marketing. We'll look at how they set up the newsletters, how they set up lead magnets, do they have a landing page. Images are very important. I'll show you a separate export of the images. Of course, page speeds, Most businesses, of course, have testimonials. If you don't have testimonials, start asking them because they're very important. A separate audit is done for the links, the backlinks that each of my clients' websites get. We'll look at them if they are quality. If not, we disavow and improve the backlink profile. I've done web design for 20 years, so I'm actually giving my clients an extra support here because I look at the code, I look at the design, I look at how the graphics are performed and everything else, because a website doesn't only have to rank, it has to build trust, and it has to let the buyer have enough trust so that they can buy from my client. It's useless to have a website that has a huge traffic and people flock into it and nobody buys. That's useless. As I said, I will ask for full access to your WordPress. Most of the websites are in WordPress, so this is why I'm actually mentioning it. I will look at how the plugins are set, how the redirections work, and everything else. Any local business needs to have a Google My Business page. Of course, we take care of this. We'll look into it. You'll see the initial audit comes here. Since most of our clients who order SEO audits from us order our SEO plans, the next step after the SEO audit is to actually implement all my strategies. And after I do this, I will start colorizing this bits. Of course, I have to do the work first. So this would be the main page, and then we look at all the data that I've pulled from a website. In this case, the client had an issue with some links that I found to be spammy, so I exported them and we looked into them. This is how a structure looks. I'm using Screaming Frog. You will see detailed videos on this. We look at the redirections if they are okay. We look at the titles. Are the titles okay? Are the titles duplicated? Meta descriptions. In this case, most of the pages don't have a meta description, and since this is a direct ranking factor, I've colored it in red. Once I start doing my SEO work, I'll take each of these pages and I will write the according meta description. Meta description 2, I have an issue. The website actually had 2 meta descriptions. The designer coded it wrong, so we had to redo this. Meta keywords, most say they are irrelevant. I like to have them because it's easier for me to actually look at the data. H1 tags, the client had H1 tags, it's okay. They didn't have a duplicate H1 as others have. In this case, some of the pages do not have an H1, so there we'll have to go and use the main keyword in it. I had an issue with the H2 tags because most of them had the word cart in them. If you want to rank for cart, then use it. If not, you'll have to use the proper keyword for each of the pages that you try to rank. Usually Screaming Frog spits only 2 of these H2s. They're really important, so if you get these 2 right, then you are set for success. Another thing that I look into is the size of the page. If the page is too big, of course it will load slower and the client will see probably a decrease in rankings in time. Word count, really important. Everything that's under 700 words gets a red from me, and of course I tell my client, okay, go and write some more. Text ratio, text to HTML ratio. If you're using premium themes that work with Elementor, you have an issue because Google actually looks at the code. It doesn't look at how beautiful your website is. So if your code is bloated, you will have this ratio. That's not okay. Crawl depth, how far a page is from the index. Try to aim for maximum 3. This is a maximum 3. Everything else is okay. We have a 4. Response time, fast loading page will always rank better. Last modified, if the redirects are okay. I ask for access to Google Analytics and the console because these, corroborated with my Screaming Frog, show me this beautiful table where I can see each of the pages, how many sessions does it have, the bounce rate, anything that's over 75%, it's bad. You have to work on them. How many minutes people are spending on each of your pages. This is really great detail for you if you want to push your pages further, if you want to rank better, and if you want to convert more visitors into clients or into patients. If you're in the healthcare industry, please take care of this. My client, as I said, didn't have a conversion, a goal conversion set. If you have it, you'll see the data here. We have all kinds of data. It's so cool. I see how many people are actually clicking on their link, how many impressions the page has, meaning that if someone looks in Google for a certain keyword, this is how many times your page appears in the search results, and how many people click. The percentage between this is the CTR, click-through rate. You want to aim for a bigger CTR, of course. This shows you the exact position of the page in that given time. I usually like to set it out for historical data, let's say last 6 or 7 months for my clients when I do the SEO audit. And then when I start working with my client, I can actually export them every month, data for the previous month. So this would be the structure, as I like to call it. I said that I'm looking at the images. This is very important. The image has to have an SEO friendly name, and of course it shouldn't be huge. Anything that is over 150 kilobytes will get some colors from me. I'm looking at the links. We use Majestic, we use SEMrush. I also export all the links that Google sees, because if Google doesn't see them properly, it's useless to have them show nicely on Majestic if Google actually doesn't see them properly. So this is why we actually do 2 or 3 separate link exports. Keywords, I try to get all my clients' keywords, and of course on top of this, we are doing competitor analysis. We look at our clients' competitors and we give them a huge and detailed report about what they rank and how they rank for this, so that afterwards we prepare a huge spreadsheet with all these keywords that we recommend them to use in the following months. Here you'll see some of the rankings, the position, search volumes, and how difficult a keyword is. This is exported from SEMrush. This is the export from Google Search Console, and this again is an automated audit, if you want, exported from SEMrush. I have my Screaming Frog exports, but I have these two so that the client knows exactly where they need to improve, if the pages are cannibalizing each other, if multiple pages compete for the same keyword, and so on and so forth. Each of our audits is prepared for each of the clients. It's a custom audit. We do use a lot of tools, but of course we don't just generate reports, because this is what you can do from you can do it for free. And one thing that our clients really love is that we schedule about an hour of video meeting where I share the screen and I show them the exact audit that you see, the exact type of audits that you see, and go through all of my findings together with the client. The client asks questions. I tell them why something is important. I respond to their queries and so on. So this would be how extensive an SEO audit is when we do it. So if you would like to know more about this, feel free to contact us. You can find us on, of course, on themedically.com. If you're in the United States, just give us a call, or just, I don't know, send us an email. You can order an SEO audit directly from the website. Anything that makes it easier for you. The number is 929-413-2261, or just write us at office@themedically.com. We respond non-stop, so just give us a call. Bye-bye.